So, hi guys, today is the last day of May, and May, as you're aware, is a mental health month. And I just wanted us to reminisce, to look at the importance of mental health. It doesn't matter where you are, but a sense of clarity of the mind is very important in making sure that we are who we need to be when we should be who we need to be. So I wanted us to reminisce one of the crime cases that happened in 1996, the case of the Mendes brothers. So apparently, these two brothers were convicted, and they were charged with killing the parents and later found out to be true. But the question is, why? So these two have been enduring abuse from the dad since they were approximately 6 and 7, the two of them. But being from a society where the father was a very rich man coming from a very influential family, nobody could have ever thought that something like that could be happening behind the curtains. So it's a case of trying to maintain your social status and your reputation with the public. So this was the case here. So the father brought them up to be people who are dependent on him. So they basically were not able to make, decisions for themselves because that is what the father wanted. Maybe he was scared that if they had gone out there, they could have started seeing what happened. But now they grew up and now they were, I think, 25 and 22, and that is when the crime happened. That was in 1996. And despite this going on, the two had informed the mother. They had always tried to tell the mother that such a thing is going on with them. But the thing is, the mother kept quiet. And I think that was one of the things that enraged them and forced them to, or made them to, um, finish the mom. These are hurts and pains that these two have been piling up for the better parts of their life since they were 9 and now they're 22 and 25. What if this thing could have been handled differently? What if the mother could have stood up for her children? What if the father could have been reported? What if they informed one of the relatives, I think the aunt, that they had been being molested for a long time? What if they had taken action then? So this case leaves us with a lot of questions, unanswered questions, that if situations were handled differently, then the outcome wouldn't be this. But I think it's because in the society, and it's not only in the States, even in the, blacks, our men are being raised to be people who are not supposed to show weakness. And this is something that I don't know whether the society agrees everywhere. It's like the society, had a meeting and decided men should not show emotion. And, women are brought up to be weak. So it's just the norm of the society. However, we're trying to come out of that. We're trying to break some of the cycles. And so it's sad that a situation that could have been handled differently had to end up in a way that was caused by years of piling of emotions that could have been taken care of when these two were young. And it also raised concerns about how male children are also being molested. That is a topic that most people still keep quiet about because people fear the shame, people fear stigmatization, people fear judgment they could get from, their surroundings. And so this case just made me understand more on why having a clear mental picture of yourself is very important. Always having to nurture your mind with, positive affirmations, positive things. Let us take care of our emotions, be it anger, especially the anger, because that boils up to be something bad. Bitterness. Let's learn to appreciate people. Let's learn to understand, ourselves and people around us. Let's learn to give a listening ear. Let's learn to act when things have not gotten out of hand. Because these two were sentenced to life. And if the mother could have spoken up, or if the aunt could have said something, or if even they themselves could have, tried to break out from that, or just said something despite the situation being different. Like if it could have been looked at another different angle, they wouldn't have been wasting their life. Although I think because of new evidence, their case was rescheduled. They are supposed to be having a hearing, I think. So we don't know what the outcome will be, but for me, it was what led to that. And it made me just realize that it's important that we take care of our mental health because it's caused by a lot of things. It could be stress. It could be just somebody you're looking on a daily basis, somebody abusing you, they're just piling up. But it's important that we accept our feelings as they are and we nurture them and we take care of them. If we are angry, let us just express the anger so that we don't, boil it up. And when it explodes, it becomes another thing. So, yeah, being the end of mental month, I hope that you and me will take care of our mental health. I think our priority should be us first. Always put yourself first before anything, even if you have to disappoint others, but ensure that you don't disappoint yourself.